It's Sunday, July 10th, and welcome to Subtrending. I am your host, Jessica, and this is your weekly Subtrending news show. Yeah. And on the show today, we have Andrew.
Hello.
Taylor.
Hey there.
And Tomas.
Hello.
That's how you have to say his name. That's how he likes it being said.
Don't know.
No.
What
Call
you
him
mean?
Tommy.
That just seems like wrong
I
on
have
a fundamental level.
Andy, Tay, and Tommy.
I think we're all enraged by each of our names.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway, so
You know where we know where you sleep, Jess.
now that I am done insulting my colleagues, I would like to begin the news. So, first
I'm doing
things
great, by the way.
first.
Thanks for asking.
Oh no, I didn't ask you guys. Okay, so other than insulted twice now by me, how's everybody doing?
Pokemon Go is dope.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. That's
okay,
my
what's
mood.
the coolest Pokemon you've caught so far?
Tauros probably.
That's pretty cool.
I found it in a
That is
gas
pretty
station
cool.
candy roll or candy station.
So Taylor,
Candy
what's
Row.
the
Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
what's the coolest Pokemon you've caught, Taylor?
Are you really gonna do me like that?
Taylor's phone's a potato and can't
My
run
phone's
it
a
yet.
potato and can't run it. I have not caught any Pokemon.
Okay, well, what's something new going on in your life?
I started watching a new anime. Like I guess that.
Okay.
Yeah, I started
For
watching.
the people at home, what did you start
Yeah,
watching?
if you're a giant weeb like me, I started watching Monster and it's awesome.
Alright. And then Thomas, you're a fellow Pokemon Go explorer.
Team Yellow.
Yeah, Team Yellow. If you haven't signed up, Team Yellow.
Yep.
We need help.
Blue.
we need help. She doesn't even have a freaking character.
Blue
don't
has
listen to her.
Articuno.
Yeah,
though.
be
Articuno's
blue all
the
you want,
best.
Taylor.
I am
It's
blue.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the coolest one you've caught?
It's like probably one of my worst right now, but I have a Psyduck and I'm psyched about it. Also,
Jojen. Jojen the Psyduck.
yeah, Jojen the I'm naming them all after Game of Thrones characters. One of my newest ones is
Jon
Jon
Snowpoke.
Snowpoke,
That's my
yeah.
favorite.
That's a brilliant one.
My Ghastly's name is Rick Ghastly.
nice.
Also very good.
Yeah. I also have an Oddish that has a name I will not divulge here.
See, on on Pokemon, whenever I play the actual Game Boy game, I always think it's like really. It hasn't even been called a Game Boy in so long. I don't know why I said that. It's like Nintendo DS.
Whatever.
And whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like whenever I play that, for some reason I find it really funny to give them names of famous actors. So like I'll have like a
Oh,
Pokemon
yeah.
named George Clooney, and I have one called Ben Affleck, and
Yeah.
like I'll have Ben Affleck like follow behind
You were
me.
playing Pokemon Soul Silver at one time, one night when you were kind of tipsy, and you named your Chikorita Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
All I can imagine is
That's
Matt
great.
Damon from Team America.
You were super happy when you talked to him. It's like Matt Damon is pleased.
Yeah, it
and you're
was
just like,
this
this is
because it
adorable.
follows you around. So like
Yeah.
I would turn around, and it's like Matt Damon is confused. That's just,
Matt
I don't
Damon.
know. So that's my story. But you can't name your Pokemon that because there's not enough spaces. It really eliminates a lot.
But you can rename
I can
your
name him
Pokemon
like
whatever you
Jim
want, which is
Carrey.
fun.
That's about how many letters you get.
Yeah.
Just name them all Jim Carrey.
Maybe I'll do that. And then when somebody opens up my Pokemon Go app, they'll think I'm a psychopath.
One of my friends named
You might
all-
say a goblin.
A goblin. If you
one
will.
of my friends named all his Pokemon red. You know how they like the sprite icons? It doesn't actually really show you what the Pokemon
Yes.
is, so it's really easy to confuse them. He named all of them after another one of our friends. So like,
It was Kyle, right?
yeah, he like my friend Andrew named everybody after Kyle.
So
And-
he just had like tons of Pokemon all with the same sprite called Kyle.
No, they didn't have the
Kyle,
same
Kyle.
sprite. They had different sprites, but some of them
Okay.
overlap.
Yeah.
So like you can't really tell what's what.
So I guess let's go into our first news topic.
Yeah.
Because now that we've been talking about stuff for a while, I'm going to go ahead and... Do you have the timer? Oh, you have the timer.
Yeah, I'm
up.
ready.
Perfect. Okay, so the first thing that we're actually going to talk about is Pokemon Go, because I feel like this is a lovely transition into it.
Yeah.
It was just launched this week. It came out in Australia first. And if
And
you had...
China.
In China. And if you had an Android phone like I do, and not like these two do, you could play it
I
early.
have an Android, but it's
Yeah.
But potato.
But so I started playing it a day early, and it's super fun. But they've played it a lot more than I have, so they've
Yeah.
surpassed me in every way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess let's talk about it because there's some cool news stories we can go
Yeah.
over.
Ready, go.
Taylor, if your phone is a potato, did they just convert it into the servers for Pokemon
Maybe.
Go?
maybe.
Is that how they're running it?
Yeah, 'cause
that
I wanna-
could entirely be.
I want to hit on the servers because servers have been a huge issue.
Yeah, they've been terrible.
Yeah.
They're balancing out. Like they're running today, which is
Right,
surprising.
the day that
It's
we
a-
are filming today, I think, is going to be a make or break kind of deal. Like,
Yeah.
if it works today, that would just be fantastic.
because
Yeah.
especially since we're filming on Saturday, people are off work and running around and stuff, and they've held up all day so far, and it's
Yeah.
the middle of the day, so
Because I've been on a few times and it hasn't
Yeah.
crashed or anything yet, or not let me log
not
on.
even once.
yeah, I caught a Eradicate on top of some fruit today, and it was fine.
We were at the farmer's
Yeah, we're at the
market.
farmer's
It's
market.
not as
Yeah.
weird as it sounds.
Yes. We're also very cultured. Not only do we talk about video games and comics and movies, we go to farmers markets on the weekend
Yeah.
all together after
And
having brunch
Still
together.
play our Pokemon apps while we're there.
Yeah, Thomas and I were
Yes.
just there for Pokemon.
Yeah.
But some lady found a dead body playing.
Yes, that was something else I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
19-year-old girl found a dead body just face down in a lake.
While playing Pokemon Go.
While playing Pokemon Go.
I hope that horsey was worth it. I don't
Yeah.
know what Pokemon it actually
Okay,
was.
Horsey's a tender subject with me because there's like they're all around my house, but I can't freaking find one.
I know. I keep seeing it pop up. It's the elusive Pokemon.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
I go in
that's
all
tough.
different directions looking for it, and just like gets farther and farther away. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Have you seen? Okay, one of the coolest Pokemon I've seen so far is a Snorlax. Like when you
You saw
see-
one?
No.
No,
Okay,
I saw one, like,
a
pop up,
picture.
though,
They're
yeah.
huge though. They're so cool looking. I can't wait till I find one because I think Snorlax are kind of adorable.
They are adorable.
I had one on my
I feel
nearby
like
list
I
at one
relate
point.
to them.
Really?
Yeah.
I know,
A
like
lot. I like to sleep.
it makes sense that like you've seen because you're a higher level than the rest of us, especially higher than Taylor, and that you see rarer Pokemon the higher level you
Oh,
go.
really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's why eventually you start seeing less Pidgeys and more Pidgeotos and stuff like that. You start seeing the stronger versions.
That's cool.
Yeah.
One of the other things I wanted to talk about is just
You better
all
hurry.
of the trouble that people have been, I guess, kind of getting into.
Time.
I think,
Well,
I
anyway,
think we know where you're going.
I
with
wanted
that.
to say is like trespassing, police having to issue things
Yeah.
saying like do not come into the police station.
Driving while
like,
Pokemonning.
Driving
Yeah.
while Pokemonning.
Just don't be a dick. That's
Like,
Yeah.
don't be dumb about it. Be smart.
Be
like,
safe.
There's a disclaimer at the beginning of the game when you open it. It's like make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Seriously, guys, like pay attention.
So yeah,
And it shows
I think,
this guy walking and there's a Gyarados and it's like, you don't even see that.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So just be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of dead bodies
Yeah.
and servers. Get better.
Yeah, because I lost an egg earlier.
Yeah.
It
That's
has-
What if that
sucks.
egg was gonna be like something real cool?
Cool, Taylor.
There's going to be a horsey.
Hey, you know what? You're giving me crap for not being able to play, so I'm gonna give you crap for the egg that you lost.
That's fine.
All right. Next thing, we're gonna move on to some more video game news because I would consider Pokemon a video game.
most definitely.
So Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I know we talked about that a bit on your
Gameswell.
On Gameswell a little
show, a
while
couple
ago.
shows ago. So they just released some more
Gameswell
information.
every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Hey man.
You got to plug, man.
I know, but that was a plug right in the middle of my sentence.
It's fine. Anyway,
Rude.
Breath
It's
of the
okay, I
Wild.
deserve it for
Breath of the Wild.
earlier. Anyway, so Breath of the Wild. So they have revealed that it's going to be about 12 times larger than Twilight Princess's map, which took about 12 minutes to cross, making for a grand total of about 140 minutes or so, they say, to cross the entire map in Breath of the Wild, which is insane for a Zelda game. There's never been a Zelda game that's that size.
Yeah.
So
Where does it
what-
rank compared to
Ready,
something
go.
like? How's that?
compared to
Such,
something
like
The Witcher?
Skyrim or The Witcher, smaller?
That's actually something I meant to look up because Andrew and I were talking about that. We're like,
Witcher
so-
is very, very big.
Yeah.
And I would.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah,
while
go
you're
ahead and look
talking
it up.
about
But Witcher is very big, and Thomas, you have more experience with Skyrim than I do.
Skyrim is deceptively small, actually.
Yeah,
it
it
is
is.
kind of small. It
There's
doesn't
a
take-
list. There's a really cool picture I've seen before where it compares various sizes of video games, like open world video games.
Yeah.
On that particular list, Just Cause 2 was actually by far the biggest, and I think like
Just Cause 2 is very big. now.
144 square miles, something like that. No,
Yeah.
400 I think square miles actually.
Well, I mean, with Skyrim, I feel like it seems bigger than it is because there's a lot of places you have to kind of, you can't just go straight
Yeah, it's
across
mountains.
from
It's a
one
lot of
end to the
mountains, so it
other.
makes you go around.
There's a
things.
lot of
Yeah.
smoke and mirrors with Skyrim, which is
Mhm.
something I'm interested with Zelda actually. Twilight Princess wasn't a huge map, but also was very labyrinthine.
Yeah.
And Breath of the Wild looks like it's going to be much more open.
Open.
So I wonder how that's going to really play into just how big the map feels. If it'll make it feel smaller, or if it actually just still feel ginormous.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of information on how many like square miles it is and stuff
For
like
The Witcher?
that. Yes.
Where are we at?
About 52 square miles.
Okay.
Skyrim is about 39 square kilometers. So Witcher 3 is about 3.5 times bigger.
That makes sense. That does not
Yeah.
surprise me at all.
Yeah.
The Witcher map is massive. You have to use
I'm
fast travel in
not
that game, or you're gonna take it's gonna take you
seeing-
forever.
Oh, sure.
Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5 also has a very large map. But D-Horse is kind of the worst companion, so you don't want to ride him.
I see
Aw.
a video. I'm just gonna pop up this video real quick. Hopefully I can
You probably won't have time.
No.
do it in time. I don't know if I will.
But
Yeah.
I'm excited for Breath of the Wild to explore, and we talked about this burning everything to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Oh,
I
yes.
actually did find it. It's about probably 16 minutes.
The Witcher is?
Yes.
Wow.
So if The Witcher is 16 minutes, we're looking at well over 100 for Breath of the Wild.
Time.
That's what they're saying.
I think a really interesting point to bring up, and I know we're off time.
It's
on this,
okay. I
but
spent a lot of time looking it
yeah,
up. So.
is to have a map of that size, you need hardware that can handle it. So what does that mean for the NX? And honestly, what does that mean for the Wii U? Because the Wii U also has to be able to support that game. So what kind?
Well, I think that part of it is because something with the art style, which I'm not a huge fan of, is because it looks so unfinished and cartoony. I think it's gonna be less intense. It's not hyper realistic. It doesn't have a lot going on.
No, that's true, but it's
So-
still just raw
Yeah,
file
it's big.
size.
Yeah, it's big.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what the NX is capable of, especially if the rumors are true that it is cartridge based.
And that's an estimate too. I don't want to say that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's just because they're saying it's 12 times bigger, and that takes about 12 minutes to cross the whole thing in Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
It's a
I
very
mean-
linear way around. But this one's not going to be linear, so it could be a lot shorter. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to go on one direct path.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things that we won't really know until March, if it actually
Yeah.
ends up even coming out in March, which rumors
We will
also
see.
serve that it's not going to. But
Well, I feel like any game these days, it's like if they say it's going to come out this day, plan for at least a month or two later.
yeah,
This leads us so well into our next topic,
I'm
guys.
psychic.
nailed it.
Okay, so the next topic is No Man's Sky, which was delayed, and that's why this
A
all
lot.
ties. Yeah, a lot. So that's why this all kind of. It was a really good transition.
Yeah, segues.
We've had some really good transitions here.
Yeah.
Very very smooth.
Good job,
But No Man's Sky was delayed,
A
but
lot.
it finally went gold.
This past week.
Yeah, a little bit earlier this week.
Wednesday or Thursday.
And it's set for an August release. So yay, that's exciting. Let's
Ready,
ahead and-
go.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Hello Games. Really, they posted a picture on Twitter of the final gold copy of the game.
Whoever's holding the copy is really cute. don't
That
know
might
who that
actually be
is.
Sean Murray.
well, he's cute.
I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. But just like if that was their whole team in that picture, it was only like 20 people.
I don't think that was their whole
They
team.
have a very small team.
They
Really?
start out as a small team. I think they have gotten bigger.
They
At least
have.
their resources have gotten
Yeah, they
bigger with
have,
Sony.
but they're an indie developer.
Yeah.
They're very
Right.
small, and they started out very small. So if that's like the majority of their team,
That is really impressive.
yeah,
And they had part of the reason why we think there was the delay is because of the legal issues that they were having
Mm-hmm.
around. I guess there's in England
I think
there's
Sky Cable.
Yeah, Sky Cable or Sky TV
Yeah,
is
it's
a
like-
company, and they didn't like the fact that No Man's Sky was using the word sky in their logo or their title, and that
They
turned
tried
into
to-
a legal battle
Yeah,
for
like
some
copyright
reason.
infringement stuff.
Obviously, No Man's Sky won. They
Because
were-
you can't copyright the word
Yeah,
sky.
the word sky. It's a pretty bizarre battle, honestly. And shortly after that was when they went gold. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that there was probably some issues with that. And
They were very hush hush on the legal battle. Sorry if that was a very loud clip. They were very hush hush on the legal battle, which I think was smart.
I think it's classy.
Yeah, I think it's very
Yeah.
classy. And I think
I would be so tempted to like look at these idiots if I were them, and it's classy that they didn't because it must be
Oh, because
tempting.
they totally could have. They could have put all the blame. They could have been like, "Oh, sorry, we're late. It's totally this." But
no, they
didn't.
shouldered that blame so well, and they knew that that's been delayed so much that they were going to get
Flack.
a lot of flag. They made Sean Murray got death threats.
Yeah.
A
Which
lot-
is
a lot of
insane.
them.
If you're the type of person who gives death threats to game developers or whatever,
Stop.
just don't even watch us, man.
Yeah, like
don't even watch
no,
us.
I will also take a hard stand on that.
Yeah.
Don't be like that.
Or authors, if you do that
Or
to
anyone.
authors, or
Yeah.
any
Really?
creator,
Be
anybody who
nice.
makes creative content,
Yeah.
musicians,
We're
whatever.
gonna get so many death threats after this
Probably.
episode,
Probably.
guys.
Bring
Yeah.
it.
Um,
I want the death threats. Bring
Time.
them.
but no, I'm excited. Next
Yeah,
month.
that's kind of what I was. Are you guys excited? I mean, I know that it was one of those things that was a
That's
long
why you bought a
time
PlayStation,
coming.
right?
Yeah, actually, that was kind of the deciding factor. So, I mean,
You have both,
but yeah, but
Yeah.
but that was the reason
Still,
for the PlayStation.
I feel like I'm gonna make the
I think it was a
transition when it comes
Bloodborne
out
box
of
for our
bringing the
family.
PS4 out of the bedroom back to the big TV.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
fun.
that makes sense. I'm excited for it. And then the next month is Final Fantasy 15. So
yeah.
we're getting really
I'm so nervous.
head first into the holiday season.
Cars.
Cars.
Oh yeah, I think it meant like a Cars game,
No,
like
no,
a Pixar
no.
game. Like they already did
I
that.
just like
and
it
it was
said
probably
like
terrible.
Pixar's Cars, like Squaresoft
Squaresoft
Cars.
Cars.
NX
Cars.
now.
Final Fantasy Mater.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Like what
No.
Japan thinks a hillbilly is.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Man.
But yeah, we got DSX, we got No Man's Sky, we've got Final Fantasy all coming out in the next
Yeah.
couple months. I'm really
Don't we?
excited about
Don't
it.
we have some news about Final Fantasy 15?
We do not have news about Final
I
Fantasy.
thought we
15.
did.
No.
We do not.
I mean, they just released the box art today. I mean,
But-
It's got cars on it.
it's got a
just-
car.
Whatever.
Yeah, it has the car. Oh my god, the car. I don't get the car thing. I don't get it. Whatever.
Cars are cool, Jess.
we're just gonna move on to our next.
Yeah, what's
topic.
our next topic?
So we're gonna kind of go into movies now.
Yay.
But once again, in this beautiful transition that we have, we're gonna go from video games to video game movies. Tomb Raider finally got a release.
Oh, thank
year.
God we're not talking about
I was gonna
Warcraft.
say release date, but it's not a date. It's just a year.
Yeah.
So Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander, who is going to be playing Lara Croft, will be released in 2018.
Ready, go. You guys can go ahead and talk. I'm going to check and see who is writing this because I think that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. So I'm really excited for this. The last Tomb Raider movies that we had were obviously the Angelina Jolie ones.
The first one's awesome, and I don't care what anyone says.
I loved them as a kid, but
the
yeah, I
first
was
one
also,
is
a
fun.
kid, and
I mean, I still love them.
yeah.
They were okay. I'm
Not the second one. The second one's bad. The first one's good.
I'm more excited. Okay, I want a happy middle ground between the two. Because for me, I really love the old Tomb Raider is because it was actually more about raiding tombs. And it felt more of that, like, Indiana Jones explorer type
Interesting.
Yeah,
thing.
that's kind of the thing that I was like. I haven't played the new Tomb Raider games, but I've watched them be played, and I'm just like,
They're more survival.
but I
you
just,
know what I mean? They're
But
like,
I want,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I feel like the cool thing about Lara Croft is that she has all this like initiative to go raid tombs and go have
Yeah.
adventures, and like that's really cool, and just like having
She
her
is.
fall into a situation and have to survive is kind of like
no, because she
not
she
as
definitely-
exciting to me.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Because she is like a Nate Drake type character. She's like, I like treasure. I like exploring. I like the historical aspect of
Yeah.
this.
Right.
And like, they make her to where she's just like a victim of a situation, which is okay for an origin story, which is what it was kind of
Yeah.
meant to
Uh,
be.
I
most
haven't
definitely.
played Rise
Also
of the
cool
Tomb
for
Raider
another
yet,
game.
but
Yes.
she might be a little bit more.
I think she's
than
more like
Rise.
going
Yeah.
into her role like of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Really quick, I looked up to see who the writer was, and it's interesting because it actually ties into a very old subtrending topic. It is Geneva Robinson DeWart, and
What else has she done?
She has only done 3 other things. None of them have come out yet, but Visionary, Knights of the Magical Light, ROM, and Mask Mobile Armored Strike Command, which are the Hasbro game or
Yeah.
movies coming out. So we talked about those a while ago. So
She's behind some of the Hasbro movies.
She's got behind some of the Hasbro movies
Interesting.
that haven't come out yet, but it's interesting that they're using a untested screenwriter.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
at least according
for
to her
something
IMDb
as big
page.
as a property as
Time.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm hoping that...
Alicia Vikander's a good.
She is the only
actress.
person
She is.
casted so far too.
Yeah.
Just to
I
put
think
it out.
I think she's cool too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm hoping my big thing is I want a middle ground. I want something between like this woman who we see roughing it out and like like the stealthy, because that's what's popular right now. She has more of the Assassin's Creed style like movement and stuff like that. But I also want like I have 2 pistols and shorts and I raid temples,
Yeah.
like because that's really cool to me. So. Anyway, I feel like we've gone over on every single topic, so I'll stop now. So, moving into some more movie news.
Okay.
And getting away from planet Earth and going up to outer space.
Spreesh.
We're going to talk about Star Trek, which actually the new movie comes out in a couple weeks. We'll be
Does it?
Yep.
It
I've
does.
seen literally no promotion for
Yeah, no,
it.
there's no actually.
There's
I've seen a
quite
lot.
a few on TV.
Oh, I
But I
don't
also-
watch TV.
Yeah.
yeah, we work at a TV station, so we see it 24/7.
Yeah, I sound like such a hipster douche right there.
I mean, I don't really watch TV either.
I watch
just-
TV.
I don't think any of us have cable, so
Yeah.
we're all subscription-based people.
Yeah.
So we have the Holy Trinity.
YouTube, Hulu, and Amazon Prime.
Not
HBO.
Not
YouTube.
YouTube. God, I am
Netflix.
bad. Netflix, Hulu,
Hulu,
Amazon
Netflix,
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
And HBO.
And they have like the 4th, and we borrow the 4th one from them, HBO.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we're gonna talk about Star Trek.
Yeah.
It was just revealed that Sulu is actually gay in the movie series. So kind of a cool. They said that they did it as an ode to George Takei, who played the original Sulu, and who is. I feel like saying famous for being gay is like not what I'm trying to say.
He's
but
a
like
prominent member of the gay community.
Exactly,
There you
that's
go.
what I'm
Right.
trying to say. Like he's a very big advocate for gay rights. You know, he's a really strong figure in the community.
But incidentally,
But
he's not
incidentally,
happy about it.
No.
yes. So we're gonna start talking about that now.
Go.
So yeah, George Takei is not happy about it. He said that he didn't really approve of the choice. You have somebody like Zachary Quinto, who is gay, who's on Star Trek now playing Spock, who is all for it, and he flat out said he was disappointed in George Takei not being on board, and he said that I think this is a really progressive move, and the fact that he's not on board is kind of upsetting to me. So we're seeing kind of, and fans are extremely split. I have a friend on Twitter who was posting about it and was getting like almost death threats because he said that he approved of it, and there are people who are like, no, this is completely wrong, and then you have other people who are like, this is so great. It's weird. People are very divided on this, and it's
The thing about the J.J. Abrams version of Star Trek is like it's not really canon. It's very
its own thing.
Yeah, it's almost like an other verse, like a what
AU.
if.
Yeah.
It's a what if universe of Star Trek. So I mean, people, especially with something as like coveted as Star Trek, for somebody to change something like that, like a major beloved character, people are gonna get mad, but people need to get over it. It doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't.
And it's not my thing. It's not rewriting his character. Like if they
Yeah.
had made Kirk gay, like
That wouldn't make
Kirk,
any
like,
sense because Kirk goes for
pilots the
anything.
Enterprise penis first, basically. Like, that would have been very much rewriting his character.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Sulu, like there was one movie I think where they bring up he had a daughter, but whatever,
Gay
like
men can have daughters.
his the mother of the daughter wasn't even in the film, so it's
Yeah.
like you don't really see his romantic relationships. It doesn't really matter.
The thing is too is like Star Trek has always been about pushing the human experience, and it's about exploration, moving forward, and stuff like that. So for people to be mad about this, I think is especially fans of the series.
It's kind of a
it's
slap to the
counterintuitive
spirit of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's very much. It makes it sound like they don't understand what the show is actually about.
And Star Trek itself has always been historically progressive. I mean,
Yeah.
they had a very diverse cast for the
The-
time.
the first
and
interracial kiss
period.
ever.
Yes.
And they
on
had
TV.
one
Yeah,
of the
it was fully
first.
on
They had the first black woman
Time.
who was in a role that wasn't like a
Yeah.
maid or exactly
yeah.
like
Right.
it was one of the first black women who actually was like a respected member
Yeah.
or something, which is amazing.
She's still around, and she's still spunky as hell.
She's
She's cool.
awesome.
I like
She is
her
so
a
cool.
lot.
She's on Comic Book Men a bunch, and she's great.
Yeah. No,
by a bunch, I mean like maybe 2 episodes.
Hey man, she's cool.
Yeah, no,
She
she's
is
great.
cool.
She's great. She's still
She's
going to
cool.
cons and stuff, and like good for her.
Yeah, and I think I mean for me. I just think that it's good to have more representation.
I don't
He's a
have
cool
strong
character.
feelings
Respect the
either
timer.
way.
So next, in topics that people are bitching about, which is
We should have that like
Everything.
a
that's like
segment.
the common
Like
yeah.
the weekly thing people
the
are
weekly
complaining
bitch
about.
fest.
Yeah.
Can we like a sign down here? Like
Yeah.
I want a little bar. The weekly.
I mean, you're
bitch
editing the
fest.
video, so go ahead.
So okay, the thing that people are bitching about this week, we now have in the comic books a new Iron Man.
Well,
And-
coming soon.
Coming soon. Yes, coming soon. I do want to say that because it hasn't happened yet.
Yep.
Riri Williams is her name, and she is a young black girl.
Yep.
And so Tony Stark is still in the picture, and I think he's more of a mentor towards her, is what
Yeah.
they're making it seem to be.
She she was an MIT graduate
Yes.
as I believe he was as well. But she graduated. I think she got in or graduated at 15.
Yeah.
And built an Iron Man suit in her dorm.
Yeah. So she's supposed to be an exceptionally bright young woman student, which is very much in line with what Tony Stark respects. People who are tech-minded
yeah.
and very intelligent.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I guess let's talk about it.
Go.
We can address why people are bitching about it so much. It's because people like to bitch about
So
everything.
it's gonna be part of like the events of Civil War II, which is currently happening.
Yeah.
But they've said that Tony is not dying. That's not going to be part of Civil War II. It's not going to be the end of, like, he still is definitely going to be around. So for people to complain about this, like,
I mean, I feel like so many superheroes have them and then the like baby superhero that's also
Yeah,
kind of
right.
them. That's,
DC
like,
is way more like
DC
into
has
that.
a lot more of that than Marvel, but I feel
Yeah.
like that's like not that uncommon of a thing.
No.
Yeah, the whole sidekick
I mean, if you're
mentality.
Batman, you have like 30 of them.
Yeah.
Batman just sees
I
a
mean-
kid who's away from a parent and grabs them.
Honestly,
now.
like
And then he's
every
always
s-
like, I'm not going to do this again.
the main
then he does it
every
again.
single main
He's
like
addicted to orphans.
Milk
Yes.
was a bad choice.
the DC universe, like every single major character in the Justice League has a sidekick.
Oh yeah,
Every
there's
single-
Aqualad, there's Kid Flash, there's Superboy, there's
Every one of
there's
them.
literally
Wonder Girl.
everyone. It's,
Arsenal is Green Arrow is like literally a Martian girl, whatever.
Yeah.
Like literally all of them. So
yeah, they always have like
Shazam
they're the
is-
last of their kind, and then their cousin comes.
Shazam is his own sidekick.
Yeah.
he just turns into Billy Batson. But anyway, back to like Iron Man. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm interested in it. We talked right before we started filming. Like, I'm interested in what her hair does because she has a very big hair.
She could put it into
I think
cornrows
it's
for that.
adorable.
Yeah, no, I think she looks great, and so
No,
I'm
I
interested.
Yeah, no,
agree
the
with,
character
like-
design is really cute.
Right,
I like
yeah.
it a lot.
I like
I
it.
agree with what Thomas said. Like, I want her to just keep it, and then when she takes off her helmet, just it's
Yeah.
gonna be. It's so she's so adorable.
Yeah, she is. I'm
She's a
really excited
cute
about it.
character.
I was also like pretty excited about Lady. I know she's not Lady Thor. She's actually Thor, but Lady Thor, Jane Foster, when she took up the hammer, I thought that was cool because Thor became unworthy, or I don't remember what happened with him, but he left.
Yeah,
for a
because
while.
now they have a series called The Unworthy Thor.
I'm
Yeah,
just
he's coming-
forever
he's coming
bitter
back.
about like
Coming
Thor in general because I like actual Norse mythology a lot and they just poop on it.
Yeah, it's if you like
I know.
mythology, then you will not like
Like-
Wonder Woman or Thor because they're
Yeah.
both supposed to be so rooted in it.
And time.
It's
not.
wrong.
I mean, I don't care, but I'm just saying if you're a purist, that's not
I'm a
real.
purist.
Yes.
Yeah, I think most people have figured that out by now.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you've been watching, like, if you're a regular viewer and you haven't figured out that I'm a purist, you're not paying any attention.
Yeah.
What we got? Last topic, right?
Yep. last
Final topic.
Are you gonna do the? You never do. Oh, because it's like everything's a lightning round.
Yeah.
I say you used to do the lightning thing.
Yeah.
But we kind of ditched the old format and we just. do
Yeah,
2 minutes
I
less.
like this more. This
I do
format
too.
more. It
I
goes
do too.
faster. It doesn't feel as rambly.
Most weeks it makes us like cut off actually on time. This week we've been a little bit more like.
Yeah, I think we're more awake. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
We got some Pokemon.
We usually
walking
film
around.
at the end of the day, so all of us are just like.
Like Emily's
Like
just
we
getting
had
off
like some
work.
wine
Yeah.
and we're just it's a rough time. It's a rough
Yeah,
time.
so
with the
I actually
house.
like this filming in the middle of the day thing, like getting
Yeah.
being perky and excited.
I'm never perky or
I know.
excited.
I know.
So our last topic is something that everybody here enjoys except for Taylor. Because she's not perky.
The artist formerly known as Taylor used to like it.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as
used to
Taylor.
like it.
So we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. It's just for you, Taylor.
Anyway, so what's happening with Game of Thrones, Jessica? Please tell.
Oh, I will tell.
Thank
okay,
you.
so Game of Thrones is being delayed.
Did they that last season too? Didn't
They did,
It was
yeah.
only
Just a
delayed a
little
few
bit.
weeks though last season, and this time it's looking like it might be longer because they flat out said later in the year, which is a
Yeah.
very frightening sentence. But so I guess
They
what's
need
happening?
that time for some sweet CG.
They,
some sweet
no,
battle
actually,
scenes.
apparently, what it is they just want places to look more cold and dead.
Yep.
Because winter, as we know in the show,
Spoilers.
is coming.
Winter's here.
Yes, winter's here. Yeah, it's done coming. It's here. It sounds weird.
Ready? Go.
Anyway, so winter is here, and unfortunately, the weather has been abnormally warm. In
Thanks,
their
global
filming
warming.
Locations. Yeah, thanks global warming. Thanks Obama. Thanks Brexit. So I don't know. I'm just blaming things now. But yeah, so they need colder weather.
And like it's one thing like you can CGI snow
Go
in,
further north.
but
Yeah.
you can CGI snow in. Like I'm not a CGI expert, but I know you
Film
can
in
do
Greenland.
Just like take like salt and just sprinkle it right in front of the camera.
But like it's the grayness and the dead that like
That's
would-
what they want because,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you can CGI some snow in and you can put some filters on stuff, but at the same time, you're not going to get that overall look, and it just
Yeah.
makes things a lot harder.
Yeah.
And when
Plus
you're already-
filters and CGI snow usually look dumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like we know what happens when they run out of CGI budget. You don't get Ghost in a really awesome battle. So
Yeah, you don't get ghosts. You don't get. Honest to God, even the well, this is kind of a spoiler. I'm not gonna say it.
probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's kind of a spoiler. But there was one CGI in the very last episode I wasn't
Oh
super impressed
yeah,
with.
no, I know what then you're talking
Yeah,
about.
for
Yeah,
sure.
the big thing that happened in the first 10 minutes, I wasn't super impressed with the big CGI of
Yeah.
that. It was not even as good as when they used it earlier in the series.
yeah.
So vague, but everyone
So
probably
vague,
knows
but
what
I
I'm
feel like
talking
you know what I'm
about.
talking about. That was kind of my
You know
goal,
what?
so-
Honestly, like they're waiting to winter, like closer to winter, like actual like our world winter, not like 8-year long winter.
IRL winter.
Yeah. To film and like I'm fine with it as
Yeah.
long as it looks good and like.
I would rather, you know what? Because there's only
I just don't care anymore, so it's fine either way for me.
There are only 2 seasons left. If we have to spread them out a little bit and
Yeah.
we get quality stuff because of it, I'm cool with
The
it.
seasons are gonna be shorter
Right.
anyway.
Huh?
So, the seasons are shorter anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want them to be good. And like some people were like, maybe it's because George R. R. Martin's finished Winds of Winter.
No,
Like,
it's
shut
not.
up. No.
He's never gonna finish it.
No, he's probably done with it. But like, God, like just shut up. Like, let's just accept
Okay,
the
like
fact
honestly,
That,
even if Winds of Winter does eventually drop, we're not getting Dream of Spring.
no, probably not.
Though I kind of want him to like
And
Beyonce
time.
drop it, just not even announce it, and then one
Lemonade.
day.
Oh my gosh. I just picture like black screen at HBO, Winds of Winter, and like George R. R. Martin just like coming out and doing his thing. That's what I,
got
want.
my miles around.
It's like
What?
saying about how his wife's cheating on him all the time.
Yeah. What would he have in his bag?
Khaleesi with the good hair.
Khaleesi
What-
with the good hair.
What would George R. R. Martin have in his bag? 'Cause,
What
like,
would- oh, not hot sauce? I don't
No.
know.
Fried chicken, I don't know.
yeah, no, it's pizza. He loves
Pizza, he loves
I got
pizza.
pizza in my bag,
Pizza.
swag.
No, I feel like it would be something even nerdier. Like, doesn't he like collect lots of little
I feel like
things?
it'd just be like a huge turkey leg or something.
You should like
Or
run
like
it
a
like a
turtle.
Renaissance fair turkey leg.
Like the whole series was inspired by his turtles as a kid. So.
Oh yeah, turtles.
I
Got
got
turtles in my bag. Swag.
You know
What
the
a
kid who's
weirdo.
like, I like turtles?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
that was
that's
him
George
as a kid.
R. R. Martin as a kid.
Yeah, okay, so fun fact for those of you who don't know what we're talking about right now. So George R. R. Martin, when he was younger, had pet turtles who I guess he would give them names.
Yeah, and like
stories.
pretend they were kings and knights and stuff,
Yeah.
and they would usurp each other.
Yes.
And that's where he, like, that's part of that and the War of the Roses are the inspiration for the series.
Yeah.
I wonder if he had them do like other things.
Now
Gross.
I'm
kiss.
pretty sure you just did it naturally.
Turtle husbandry.
Yeah, the turtles. They're animals.
Oh man.
Literally.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's our show.
Yeah. That's the
That's
news.
it.
That's the note that we're ending on, guys.
That's the note.
Turtle
Turtle
sex.
sex.
Yeah.
It's a sub-trendy show on
Turtle
turtle
sex-
relations.
Actually, like, kind of relates to Thomas and Emily's life.
What? What?
It does. Remember their first kiss story?
Yeah, and
Oh.
we
When
saw
Thomas
turtles
and
having
Emily had their
sex.
first kiss.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
They went to the zoo
It was
or
like
whatever.
unrelated. She just like mentioned it.
Yeah,
It's not
it's-
like she saw it. She's like, I have to kiss Thomas now.
No, it was like she kissed Thomas, and then she said, "I saw turtles having sex at the zoo." That's a fun little
Good
anecdote.
icebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, comment, subscribe, check us out on Facebook. Go to our website, subtrendy.com, and we got daily
Hey,
articles that are going
this
up.
isn't even. You know, you have a habit of doing that, Andrew.
I need to
in
end the show.
everybody's show, you try to be the closer, and
Yeah.
it's like, no.
Gotta do it.
I asked
No.
him to because I don't remember any of that.
No, you do it during Iron Couch. You do it during the boardroom. Now you're trying to steal mine.
People just
I don't
ramble.
Think so.
He's the
Anyway,
conductor of the
Anyway,
hype train.
I am going to end this show. Check us out at subtrendy.com. Check us out on Facebook. Go to our YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and like if you like what you see. We have Twitter. Stop looking at me like that. Go. You know what? You can just leave early. I don't want you to be in the final moments of this show.
I'm out.
Your vibes are horrible right now.
we don't have the budget.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.
Thought of another one.
Okay.
Flower.
So you're a flower.
I am a flower.
Oh,
a
okay.
flower petal.
You are my flower.
Aw, that's nice.
We're disgusting.
Gross.
All right, moving on.